A backlog at the DMV meant that hundreds of drivers were on the road who should not have been.
The department blames a technical glitch, but our investigative reporter Jonathan Rodriguez found out it wasn't that simple. After months of digging into it, here's what we uncovered.
It started with the tip from DMV employees.
We've gotten hundreds and hundreds of calls over this.
We confirmed it through county clerks of court.
People's licenses have been revoked by the DMV wrongfully.
And it involved thousands of court records.
The problem has been is that somebody has not been updating the records manually like they were supposed to.
In June last year, CBS North Carolina found out the DMV has an older system that won't automatically update all records. So every night, the Administrative Office of the Courts will send over a report showing what information is missing. DMV employees then have to manually key in those items. Over time, that pile added up, creating a backlog for months of unupdated records. An employee gave us these photos. We immediately took the concerns to DMV Commissioner Kelly Thomas.
And the backlog has been cleared.
It's been cleared?
Absolutely.
And you don't think there's any repercussions still going on because of that backlog?
Absolutely not.
So how did it happen? This is where things get interesting. The DMV issued a statement calling the backlog a technical glitch.
This has been blamed on a technical glitch. Is that, do you think, accurately depicting this problem?
It was, no.
We weren't convinced either, so we kept digging into it. After all, these are public records paid for by your tax dollars. But the DMV didn't make it easy. In April, we requested emails from Commissioner Thomas and other employees that we heard may have been involved with this backlog. After repeated requests and reminders, we finally got some emails 9 months later. Not only did they leave out the commissioner's emails, the only ones we got were from 2 employees they initially told us didn't even work there. But those messages did shed some light. Remember, this interview was in June.
How big do you think that backlog was?
I don't think it was very big at all.
Really?
But we found this email from 3 months before that called the backlog significant, saying it would take, quote, all hands on deck to fix.
My understanding is that the DMV is working hard to correct these errors and have people working overtime and on weekends, but they're pulling people off of their regular jobs to update these other cases.
The email showed DWI convictions were more than 259 days behind. Other convictions 413 days behind. The department in charge of manually updating records was run by an administrative officer named Melissa Forsyth, who was recently fired. And so we requested her termination letter, which really made things more interesting.
I have no idea why the records wouldn't be updated. That's why I'm saying that the theory that the clerk has is I'm not understanding what their problem is. I don't believe that there's thousands of people that don't have their records updated.
Again, documents proved otherwise. It turns out Forsyth was fired for shredding documents and failing to process over 10,000 court actions. And not just speeding tickets. The letter says once the records were updated, it led to more than 700 mandatory license suspensions. It called the effects severe and, quote, adversely impacted the citizens of North Carolina due to hundreds of motorists on the road and highways that should not have been driving.
So where do you think that confusion lies?
I really don't have a clue.
Now, former Commissioner Thomas is no longer with the DMV. We're told it's because his term ended. The DMV still has not provided us with all the public emails that we have requested. The backlog was investigated internally by the Department of Transportation. We're waiting to get that report. In the meantime, we got a statement from the acting DMV commissioner saying that this happened during a previous administration, but they're making changes to ensure this doesn't happen again. Sean?
All right.